attention again?
Tell me about it.
Les élèves. Les élèves.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, madame.
Bonjour. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
School's over. We thought we could...
Oh non, l'école n'est pas terminée. Du moins, pas pour vous. Vous êtes en retenue et il y a des règlements. Et dans cette école, quel est le règlement le plus important, Nathalie et David?
Parlez français.
Exact. Parlez français. Maintenant, qui peut me dire pourquoi vous êtes ici?
Because we haven't been...
Stupid.
À cause qu'on n'a pas parlé français en classe.
Oui, et...
À cause qu'on n'a pas remis notre devoir de français.
Et pourquoi, mes chers élèves? Est-ce que vos devoirs sont 3 semaines en retard?
J'avais pas le temps.
Oui, moi non plus.
Pas le temps.
Non, on ne pouvait pas le fitter in.
Vraiment? Est-ce que ça vous prend 4 heures à marcher à l'école?
No, madame, it's just...
C'est comme hard to explain.
Tu vois, Ken the Survivor a gagné l'Immunity Challenge.
Et Homer de The Simpsons a été back in time.
Et ensuite, le Nature Channel montrait Shark Week.
Ensuite,
Attendez, de quoi vous parlez?
la
télévision.
Oh, mais voyons.
Il fallait qu'on watch, madame.
il y a tellement de choses à watcher. Vous voulez rien manquer.
Oui, la télévision, c'est intéressant, pas comme boring old French.
Stupid.
Et pourquoi trouves-tu le français boring, comme tu dis, David?
C'est que je trouve que c'est pas très important. Je veux dire, je ne vois pas vraiment le point.
Ce que David essaie de dire, c'est qu'on ne sait pas pourquoi on apprend le français à l'école. Tout le monde parle l'anglais au Manitoba.
Ah oui?
Je pense que oui.
C'est quoi ça?
Je vous donne un coup de main.
Vraiment?
Mais bien sûr! Pauvres enfants, vous ne savez pas pourquoi le français est important dans votre province. C'est très triste. Mais ne vous inquiétez pas, ces livres vous expliqueront tout ce que vous avez besoin de savoir. Et vous devez me remettre une rédaction sur l'histoire du français au Manitoba avant de quitter ces lieux.
But madame!
American Idol commence dans comme half an hour.
Et so you think you can dance et après ça?
Et ensuite, à 8 o'clock, c'est le dernier épisode de Big Brother.
Madame, on peut pas le manquer.
Dans ce cas, il vaut mieux commencer tout de suite. J'ai bien peur que si je ne reçois pas vos papiers dans 1 heure, vous allez échouer votre cours de français.
Échouer, madame! Ah, it's the worst day of my life.
Ah!
Stupid.
Well, I guess on devrait commencer.
No way. If I wanted to learn history, I would watch it on TV, in English. I'm out of here.
What? You can't.
Just watch me. OK. Où est-ce qu'on commence?
Au début, I guess. Pour trouver pourquoi le Manitoba utilise les 2 langues, on devrait commencer avec les raisons pourquoi les Français et les Anglais sont venus dans les prairies in the first place.
Facile. They were sick of the mountains. Write that down.
No, David, regarde. Ils sont venus à cause de ça.
Beavers?
They came out west to buy them from the Aboriginal hunters and trappers.
For eating?
Ew, no. The beaver was sold to 2 rival companies, the Northwest Company and the Hudson's Bay Company, who wanted beaver pelts so they could turn them into hats for fine gentlemen.
Hats out of beavers?
Today, on the Beaver Hunter, we're here in the natural habitat of the beaver at the time of the fur trade. The Aboriginal people of Canada have been hunting and trapping beaver so they can trade the pelts with the French and English settlers. for things like tools and blankets. The English take the pelts and make them into these really funny-looking hats. You should see these hats. They're... Crikey! Here he comes. He's a big fella, and those teeth. All the better to eat you with, eh? Now, I have to proceed very carefully, so stay very quiet. I've got him! This is life and death, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, what an amazing creature! Hey, watch them teeth. Ah, there we are. Beauty, isn't he? He'll fetch a mighty good profit. Come along, big fella. Now, the Aboriginals usually tried their pelts with the Hudson's Bay Company, and they're way up north. You guessed it, on the shores of the Hudson's Bay. Now that is hundreds of miles from where the Aboriginals live and trap. That is a mighty long walk for someone carrying a bunch of beaver pelts, let me tell you. Good day, mate.
Oh, hello. Tell me, my good man, do you prefer my hat like this? Or like this? It's beautiful, isn't it? Don't you think it makes me look taller?
Not really my style, mate. So you feeling all right?
Just a little bit silly. I think it's the mercury we use to make these hats. Makes one a bit loopy, you know. Some people go right round the bend. Do you know that these hats are made from beef? Oh, what? Why didn't you skin him first?
Come on, mate. This is a family show.
Oh, hello.
So, you're saying you want to take this here beaver to your day spa, do you?
Day spa? Yes. We have a mineral bath shaped like a trout.
Oh, lovely.
What do you give me for him then?
How about some of this nice tea, eh? What do you think about that?
What? Tea?
Yes.
Well, don't you have anything more useful?
Times are tight for all of us, I'm afraid. I haven't bought a new hat in days.
But I've had to walk such a long way. This is very hard work, you know.
It's my final offer.
Oh, really? Because a little birdie told me I might be able to get a better deal over there at the North West Company. Good day.
The French? Don't trade with them. They're uncivilized.
Come along, big fella. Our business here is done.
But come back. I need a new hat. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Now, I've heard about these voyageur folks who work for the North West Company. Lots of Aboriginals prefer trading the pelts with them because they live closer and you don't have to walk such a long way. Some of them Aboriginals are even French métis, which means they have one Aboriginal parent and one French parent. Ah, there you go, big fella. Oi! Well, at least give me the marshmallow. Good night.
Hey! Bonjour! Je m'appelle Jean-Guy et je suis le voyageur le plus fort dans l'Ouest canadien.
Hey, good for you. Je suis venu faire la traite avec vous. Comme vous voyez, j'ai un castor avec moi.
Oh, il est beau, il fait un magnifique chapeau.
Oh,
En échange pour lui, je vous donnerai ces excellents couteaux coupables.
Oh, des couteaux! Mais ça, c'est utile! Oh, c'est une bonne affaire de t'avoir rencontré.
Ah oui, moi pis toi, on sera de bons partenaires.
Oh! And to think, they got all this trouble just to get those rich English there beaver hats. Beaver hats?
Des chapeaux de castor.
Who said anything about beaver hats?
Quelle idée!
Oh, well, another day, another adventure in the Canadian outback. I've got these great knives, and he's got a nice new beaver pelt for the Northwest Company. I'll be trading with him again. Don't expect the old Hudson's Bay Company to be too happy about that, eh? Well, tune in tomorrow and find out on another episode of The Beaver Hunter.
So that explains why people settled in Manitoba. We had all the beavers.
Well, now we know how our whole history with the voyageurs began.
So maintenant, on sait pourquoi les Anglais sont venus ici, et on sait pourquoi les Français sont venus ici. Le Manitoba est bilingue. Voilà, on est fini.
What? We're dead? Didn't you learn anything in French class, David? It's on a fini. And anyway, il faut qu'on examine toute l'histoire. On n'a pas encore fini.
How much more can there be?
Well, take a look at this. It says here there were tons of fights between the English, who owned the Hudson's Bay Company, and the French, who worked for the Northwest Company.
Ça fait du sens. They were trying to do business in basically the same place.
Actually, ils se sont trouvés dans exactement la même place. The Hudson's Bay Company moved south to where the Northwest Company was. Et les deux compagnies se sont trouvées de chaque côté, d'où les rivières Rouges et Assiniboine se rencontrent.
Huh, the forks.
Exactement. Les gens voyageaient en bateau à ce temps-là, alors c'était la meilleure place pour la traite. Et les Français et les Anglais faisaient la traite pour les mêmes produits. Donc il y avait beaucoup de chicanes.
We're gonna listen to each other and we're gonna hear each other.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
I've got a PhD in something.
4.
Now, today I have with me two guests who have a lot to work on in their relationship. Like any two people, they are feeling the pressures that competition, survival, and bilingualism have to offer. One represents the Hudson's Bay Company, and the other represents the Northwest Company. Both have their own interests and goals, something that can cause a bit of conflict now and then. Now, why don't we see if we can't help them out, ladies and gentlemen? Let's bring out the governor of the English settlers, Miles McDonnell, and a representative of the French settlers, Pierre Simon. Oh my. We don't do that in Texas. All right. Now, welcome, gentlemen. You've both recently settled in Manitoba, have you not? How are things? We'll start with you, Miles. You're from the Hudson's Bay Company. How are the prairies treating you?
Things are crap. First I get here, and it's darn cold. Then I'm expected to grow a bunch of crops when I ain't never even planted a petunia before. Then I've got the Métis stirring up trouble, not to mention these French fellas taking all my trade.
Oh.
I'm in charge of this here area, and I won't stand for it.
All right, thank you, Miles. And how about you, Pierre? You're from the Northwest Company. How are the prairies treating you?
Eh bien, les choses allaient très bien jusqu'à ce qu'il soit arrivé, lui et ses colons. Ça fait des années que les Français et les Autochtones vivent ensemble en paix. Ce sont les Anglais qui causent tous nos ennuis.
All right, I can see things are very volatile right now. Tell me, what was the breaking point?
Cet homme a interdit la traite sur tout le territoire. Il ne peut pas faire ça. On vit de la traite, nous. On va crever de faim.
I stopped trade because the French weren't giving us a fair chance. They're starting up nasty rumors and telling the Aboriginals not to trade with us.
All right, now, let me get this straight here. What we have here is a lack of trust, am I right? You two are not listening to each other, and that is creating a strain on the relationship. In order for a relationship to work, y'all gotta listen to each other, am I right? I said, am I right? Y'all just gotta ask yourselves, what are the other side's needs? Do I need to buy them flowers every once in a while? Do I know how to say I love you in French? Maybe we just need to go on a little portage and have some us time.
Dr. Bill, there's something I haven't told you yet.
What is it, Miles?
I think the Northwest Company sabotaged our crops. They're trying to make us starve. Murderers!
Is that true, Pierre?
C'est un mensonge, une singerie, une pantalonnade. Il va crever de faim à cause qu'il est incompétent, pas à cause de nous. Il ne réussit pas avec ses colons, alors il va tout ruiner pour tout le monde, hein?
Well, guess what? The law against trading is gonna stand. No one is allowed to trade unless I say so. Beg if you want. I'll not change my mind. You can kiss my bagpipes.
Oh, espèce de dictateur!
What did you call me? Well, you're a...
You know, I'm gonna tell you something that my own mother told me. She said to me, Bill, sometimes people are just gonna burn each other's forts down, and there ain't nothing you can do about that. My mother was a wise woman, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna take her advice and have myself a little pemmican snack.
No one is allowed to trade pemmican either. It's a new rule. I'm calling it the Pemmican Proclamation.
Oh, tu ne peux pas faire ça! On a besoin du pemmican pour servir!
Too bad. I'm taking it all. Just you watch.
Oh, j'en ai jusqu'ici avec toi!
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, never give up on your relationships until you've seen Dr. Bill.
Cut! It says they burned down each other's forts a bunch of times. They sure had a lot of trouble getting along.
It didn't end there, look.
Ça a l'air d'une bataille, ça.
C'est une huge bataille. Les choses se passaient tellement mal entre la compagnie de la baie d'Hudson et la compagnie du Nord-Ouest que ça a fini en bataille. The Massacre of Seven Oaks, ou la bataille de la Grenouillère en français. À peu près 20 personnes sont mortes, et la plupart étaient du côté de la compagnie de la baie d'Hudson. That's why the English call it a massacre and the French and the Métis just call it a battle.
Man, 20 people? That's pretty sad.
It's ancient history.
I don't think it's so ancient. It's hard for people to forget stuff like that. Ça a été le début de gros conflits entre les Anglais et les Métis. Après la bataille, les terres des Métis et les Autochtones ont été enlevées et leurs droits retirés.
C'est qui ça? He looks familiar.
That's Louis Riel.
We learned about him in school, right? He's why we celebrate Louis Riel Day.
Yeah, he's the father of Manitoba. Our province became part of Canada in 1870 because of him. Ça dit ici qu'il était un martyr.
Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire?
Oh, ça veut dire il est mort pour une cause. Il a été condamné à la mort parce qu'il a voulu défendre son peuple.
Sentenced to death?
Yeah.
Order in the court!
Real sinners, real trials, real treason. This is Judge Trudy. In this Regina courtroom today, we have the plaintiff, Sir John A. Macdonald, Prime Minister of Canada. The defendant is Mr. Louis Riel, former leader of the Provisional Government of Manitoba and founder of the province. Mr. Riel is accused of high treason for taking up arms against the Canadian government in the Northwest Rebellion. He is also accused of the death of one Thomas Scott. The defendant claims to be an advocate for the rights of the Métis, a people oppressed by the government.
Quiet! Quiet, everyone! I will clear this courtroom faster than you can say Rama dunk. All right. Mr. MacDonald, you are accusing Mr. Riel of high treason. That's a very serious charge, punishable by death.
Aye, Your Honor. A long time coming, if you don't mind me saying.
And what do you mean by that?
The Northwest Rebellion wasn't the first. This man has been a threat to the Canadian government for years. He has fought against us and ordered the execution of those who oppose him, including Thomas Scott.
Comment plaidez-vous, Monsieur Riel?
Non coupable, Votre Honneur, dans ces soi-disant rébellions.